Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. We are closing out the month of July 1984 today, and that is July 28th, 1984. We open with a Von Erichs and Freebirds recap encore type match. There are a total of, 4 new segments in the program, plus that highlight segment. The first is a Kerry Von Erich interview where he talks about Gino Hernandez and what he's got coming to him and how he wants to take care of Gino once and for all and regain with his brothers, Mike and Kevin, the six-man tag team championships. He talks about, wanting to get back on the winning ways, Von Erich family, and do everything he can do that way. We then move into the first of the 3 matches of the day, managed by the Skandar Akbar, the devious Skandar Akbar. We see a Missing Link versus Rick McCord. McCord, later, I believe, known as Austin Idol. But he is cannon fodder for the Link here. Link with chokes and punches, kicks, and the dreaded headbutts. If you notice, he's not doing the let's slap the heck out of our hands stupidity that is done with today's strikes. He just strikes and it looks lethal because he knows how to throw his head into it without hurting himself. I think people need to stop worrying about making cool sounds and start worrying about stuff looking more lethal and start worrying more about selling. But that's just my view on 2020 wrestling, and maybe it's passing me by. But anyway, McCord comes up from underneath, and he is taking shot after shot at the Missing Link, rocks him for a minute, but Link steps back and hits another headbutt, then headbutts the turnbuckle, as if somehow that makes his life easier. He hits the diving headbutt and gets a victory in the process after using the falling forward slam and the diving headbutt in combination. Then we see a victory for the Missing Link. Once we get back from that, we've got Wild Bill Irwin and Iceman King Parsons. Parsons, of course, been around for almost 2 full years here. Seems like, anyway, the entire run. I know it's not. Probably a year and 3/4. But anyway, Bill Irwin against Iceman King Parsons. Worth going out of your way to see if you're a wrestler looking for a lesson in psychology that would still work today. As mentioned, Bill Irwin, one of my guilty pleasures since starting this journey through World Class. Was glad to see him return. Did not realize that he was one of the destroyers under the mask until they did the unmasking angle. So a little late to the party, but that's okay. Sometimes the mystery is kind of fun. Scott Irwin and Skandar Akbar on the outside of the ring, and a bit of a almost lost him body slam there by Iceman King Parsons along the way, but that's okay. Meanwhile, a body slam roll through into an armbar that again looked kind of awkward. So maybe these two guys, at least in this match, are not on the best of footing with each other. That happens. People have off nights. People have off chemistry, until they get back into working with each other. Or maybe it was just things they want to make look a little bit less common. Anyway, a no-sell by Iceman King Parsons on an atomic drop. Go out of your way to check that out. Drop kick that is sidestepped momentarily by Irwin, and it looked like it hit, but it didn't hit all the way. Anyway, Irwin takes over for a minute or 3, and then we go back to headlocks by Parsons, and it is clear that Bill Irwin will do anything and everything to get the win, and he is grinding the man down, grinding his opponent down quite a bit. This leads to a series of drop kicks from Iceman King Parsons. Parsons not afraid to do whatever it takes. Meanwhile, the team of Hog Irwin and his brother are whipping anyone that comes to the aid. In this case, Zoomhoff of Iceman King Parsons, as cheating happens. So I guess we're going to have Rock and Soul against the Irwins here somewhere in the not too distant future. Non-finish there, as the cheating of the Irwins leads to that. We see Gino Hernandez with the American Championship and taking on Kerry Von Erich in this week's main event as we close the month of July. Can't believe we're already, on the back half of 1984. We will have 3 years up in no time. And when you think about the fact that World Class runs from 82 to 88, maybe 89, before they officially go out of business completely, we're talking about 6 or 7 years. ECW had the same length of time. And just as much impact in a different era. It just strikes me as odd that wrestling companies hit levels and then they either change names or they reset or they change ownership and leadership, except for the very small few. Anyway, drop kick by Von Erich, and Gino heads out to the floor, breaks up every time he can, carries momentum. Kerry's one that hangs on, and I've noticed this when he punches. Watch Kerry Von Erich when he punches. He hangs on to the back of the guy's head to make it look like he's snapping the guy's head more than he is. He also has quite a bit of a not-so-fun time with a hip toss by Gino Hernandez here, as he gets tangled all up in the ropes a little bit. They do a double down for a little bit, and that is much to the chagrin of everybody. Kerry back in control again quickly, though, as many people think that Kerry Von Erich was the chosen child, for lack of a better term, to be the one to lead the world-class area after David died. And it's obvious here that they're at least giving him a move back towards that opportunity. So shots in the corner by Gino Hernandez. Hernandez not very impressed with anything that is not going his way, and Kerry takes a bit of a short-lined cheap shot, dives over the top rope, does not get what he wants out of it, but a series of punches by Kerry. Kerry takes Gino across the ring, does the up and over spot, up and over the top rope, and lands on the floor of the Sportatorium. Does Gino. This does not please anybody except the fans and Kerry Von Erich, but certainly does not please the America's champion. Gino brought back in the hard way. Very little TV time left, probably 2 or 3 minutes here. They always go right to the end, and then we see Gino putting something on the hand, and he does his best to nail Kerry with it, and he does, right in the face. Falls on Kerry. 1, 2, 3. Still your America's champion, Gino Hernandez. We'll be back with the month of August here on the World Class Review Series right after this.